Hey, it's MK. I thought that I would do another layout, and this one was a little bit different for me. The only cutting that I have done is my die cutting from my machine, and then I have all of my scraps left over from that. This was a scrap that I did from the little shapes that I will show you here in a minute. I've got my scrap left over again from a little shape. This one is from the die cuts. And then this one is also from the die cuts. I used this side, but I thought that this would be really fun to use. And then, of course, this is what I did was I took some large shapes. Now, these were just plain Jane apple, banana, and pineapple. I almost said a pear. That doesn't work. And basically all I did was I fringed up a bunch of layers and glued them to the basic shape. I mean, that's it. I just found a basic shape on my design studio, and I think it's Design Studio. I think that's what it's called. And then that's it. I just took a basic shape and then fringed it up. And I picked a bunch of different fringes from my scrap little bin that I have. I have loads of like leftovers from where I cut them up and did all sorts of stuff. But I just picked strips from my scraps and went all the way across to do these little fun elements. And then the banana, I did something a little different because I only just wanted the fruit to be done and not the peel. And then of course he's another layer. So I've got 3 layers on the banana, to be honest. And then of course I kind of like lifted him up so he looked like he was peeled. I know, I'm weird. But yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to scrapbook this photo of us eating fruit salsa. So the first thing that I am going to do is take all these scraps and layer up behind my photo. I'm going to take my brown stripe. It's a shimmery paper, you guys. It's so pretty. I can't even describe how pretty it is. But I'm going to put that and use it as a photo mat. And then I'm going to use the other side as a layer for behind my photo. Or, yeah, that's what it is. Now, I'm just trying to see if I like the, you know, this one on top and that one on top. And then I don't want anything to be like straight. Even though well, straight's not the word. I want the ripped edge is I guess what I'm trying to say, because everything else on the layout is fringed. So I wanted the ripped edges. And the idea of having such a large piece off to the right is because that's where I wanted my title to go. And at first I was going to have my title go like down the length of the photo, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but instead of reading across, you read down. And yeah, that didn't work at all. It was just too long of a word. What am I doing? I am gluing a large cluster together, and then that way I can move all the pieces as one instead of trying to figure out and remember how I had everything all together. And now I am going to trace around my images on just the brown part, because I want to do a little bit of mixed media. So this is clear gesso. I believe it's by Prima. You guys, I am not a gesso guru. I just bought what I thought I needed. That was it. And then I'm going to let the gesso dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to dress up this pineapple. Just the border between the green and the yellow was obnoxious. It bothered me. And so I'm going to just put this little twine around. This twine is from Stampin' Up. And it comes in a roll that's really super compacted. And when you split apart the edges, it makes this awesome weave design. I absolutely love that little twine. So now I am adding a little bit of white paint around the edges of my pencil line. I just want like a white haze going around my entire image. Now I love that, you guys. It's exactly the way I imagined it up to this point. I say that, yeah. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to use Altenew water brush pens. And I don't know if that's the technical term or not, but I wanted their true color, and using the white paint allows me to get like their absolute true color on their pages. And I just went through all of my pens and picked out the colors that I thought best matched my leaves down in the lower, is that the left-hand corner? Yes, the lower left-hand corner. Now I sped this up quite a bit because I'm not sure exactly how much mixed media you guys enjoy watching. I'm not really sure. I'm still kind of new at the whole YouTube thing and what everybody wants to see, you know, like what part of the process, does everybody want to see, as far as like watchworthy. I don't know, you guys. So I thought that I would leave this in. All I'm doing is dropping a drip from my brush pen, and I'm squirting it with water so it gives it some movement, and that's it. And then I thought that if I heat set it, then it would stay dry for my yellow, and it did not, you guys. In fact, it became like a neon green. It was actually a pretty cool color, but not what I was looking for. Not at all. I don't know the colors that I used, in all honesty. I apologize about that, but they come in sets. You can't buy them individually. And so I'm pretty sure that I used some from the summer set and the spring set. So yeah. I added a little bit of this yellow. I'm just trying to get the exact color that I want and not mix it with the green. I don't want a green, I want a yellow. And so I'm just trying to get that saturation of color that I am looking for. And once I dry it, I'm going to add some white splatters. And as I was using each pen, I kind of did a little bit of a splatter to it. Not a whole lot, you guys. I just wanted it to look messy. When we do fruit salsa, we've got fruit on every flat surface. Every single one of us is making a portion of this salsa, which I think is fun. My daughter usually does the grapes, and then my son loves the apple slicer machine that we have. And I mean, it's fruit everywhere. And so I wanted this page to represent that, even though it's not represented in the photo. Okay, so I used double-sided adhesive and liquid glue for this because I wanted an instant stick as well as a permanent stick. It's just something that I've always done. And now I'm going to take all of these clear stickers. Now these clear stickers are stickers from the Happy Planner books that I picked up at my local Joann's. That's all they are. I don't know their names or collections that they're from. Honestly, they're full of flowers. That's all I needed. So I backed a bunch on some white scrap cardstock that I had. And now for every yellow little cluster, I'm putting a flower. That is what the intent of the yellow was for in the first place, is because I wanted my flower to pop up off the page. And I think that I accomplished it. I feel like I accomplished it. So I went off camera and fussy cut out all my flowers and leaves, so that way I can now add a little bit of movement to my page. I'm going to add the title on first because I don't want to put the cluster of flowers and then I forgot to add, I forgot a spot for my title. So, which is okay. Not every layout needs a title. I would have been okay with not having a title, but I did feel like this one needed one only because it's like, okay, you've got a fruit basket on a layout. What are you doing? Well, that's the intent. I wanted my fruit basket. So I had a lot of fun with this page. It is not my normal style. I'm definitely going to have to say that. It's huge. It is definitely dimensional. It will take up a lot of space in a photo album, but I had fun with this layout. Like I said, I definitely stepped outside of my box to create this layout. But it's fun. Look at all the scraps I got on this page by fringing, and then everything that I had left over from Cricut cuts, I made a photo background, matte layered pieces. Yep. That's what it is. I'm just taking my liquid glue. You guys, I'm kind of weird. I only use a little bit because I like
I don't like them like completely glued to the page. Does that make sense? Like, I like how the ends of them stick up. And so I'm okay with that. And I do that on all my pages. It wasn't just this one page. I just like the movement that it brings. So I don't end up using everything. I'm going to flip through this Kaiser Craft book. It's a sticker book that matches the Paradise Found collection. That's the background page that I'm using. And I don't find a whole lot because I feel like it's busy enough. But I did want to bring in a few more of these little floral stickers. And then I'm going to find a little word tab. And I'm not going to use both sides. So I got 2 stickers out of 1. Yay! I don't remember what it says, but I did put that on there. I think it says perfect. I don't know. Anyways, and then of course I found a little thing for my date. Not that I needed it, but I really wanted to put it right here in this apple cluster because that poor apple definitely needed help from where that brown stem stuck up. But it didn't happen. So I ended up sticking it down where I have like a subtitle. And it's going to go right above where it says relax and enjoy. And I had to pop up the relax and enjoy part because it was going over the popped up apple and then of course the very dimensional pineapple. So, and I didn't put it all the way across my page. I only have it going across most of the way. And I am done. That is it for this layout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, it is totally different for me, but I wanted to put a lot of scraps on one page, and this is the perfect way for me to do it. I love fringing anyways. I'm having so much fun with Baby Got Scraps, and I definitely hope to see you guys back tomorrow and see what we can do with more scraps. All right, see you guys later.